Subscribe for the very latest.
Play it, Daddy.
Chord Room, more than a podcast.
Listen. It's a few things I just wanted to get into today. You know what I'm saying? I got the vibe from Trim that he wanted to kind of like go in the direction of the show where it's like more natural. I'm a preparer, because I went to school for this. But a natural podcast also can be, it can come up with a natural vibe at the same time, be prepared as well. So I got a couple of things I want to talk about though. Now I want to do kicking it, right? But I'm gonna do a little different this time because I was sitting there and I was asking myself like, what exactly is the recipe for an iconic sneaker? Like so why is a shoe iconic? Like what leads up? Is it the look of the shoe? Is it well, tell me what exactly you think it is?
As far as like, we're talking sneakers, or we're talking about like athlete sneakers, right? That's what we're talking about.
Right, athlete shoe. It could be any shoe. It could be any shoe.
I mean,
I think specifically athlete shoe. I want to talk about an athlete shoe though, specifically.
Okay. I mean, I guess it still applies to all shoes when you think about it, but I think who's it behind? So if in this case, the athlete, who's the athlete, the design, and the brand, and okay. I think those are the main aspects of like when it comes to the shoe. Like if you buy a pair of Jordans and it's a pair of like retro Jordans, this is a pair of the line that Michael Jordan wore. So that's the product that you're getting designed by Nike's best designer. You don't know that, but they're the best shoes coming out at the time. They're the best looking ones.
Right.
With the best player wearing them. So I feel like all of those things are probably important. I would say, depending on whatever is your most like your PowerPoint of like where you're trying to like sell the sneaker. For Nike and Jordan, it was the fact that Jordan was the best player. So the branding and the design were top tier because he was top tier. So I guess it varies for whatever it is and whoever it's for, but I think those are like the main things that you're looking for. That's why certain guys in the league don't have a sneaker that are really, really good, because it's hard to theme a design. Well, not right. It's hard to theme for that brand, like make a brand out of our brand for you, and it's easier with other guys. So, but I think overall, like, my bad, I didn't mean to go into no soliloquy.
Nah, you good.
But
that's what I need right now, because I'm curious. I'm like, yo, like, and you said something interesting though. Like, it's certain people that are good, but they don't have any shoe. I'm gonna circle back on that one. Because
I mean, you look, it's Jalen Brunson. Like, right, Jalen Brunson is. I also feel like it's because he doesn't look like the typical NBA player. So there's that, but I also feel like they're dropping the ball on Jalen Brunson. I'm not saying it has to be Nike, even though those are like the only sneakers that he really wears. He wears that the Kobe 6s and the Kobe 5s and the Kobe 7s. He wears those the most. But you don't have to come out with some long, drawn-out plan like you had for Jordan, for Jalen Brunson. You could just theme off the fact that he's the star player on the New York Knicks.
Right.
So
right.
There's a way to market that, and Nike is the master of that. Like they won't do anything until the Knicks win a chip. But if the Knicks win a chip, I expect Nike to do something big with him because he only wears Kobe's. So I expect something from that. But when you look at the other brands in the league, like Converse, they all have certain guys who they have that kind of fit their kind of brand and like what they represent. Adidas, even Jordan and Nike are different in like the players that they pick. And
right.
So there's an aesthetic that comes with it, but I think, you know, what the brand represents got to be synonymous with what you are. And the shoe got to reflect that as well. So that's when you get the design. So, yeah.
Man, that's, you know, so what you think? Like, do you agree with you talking about? Like, speaking about in terms of like the recipe for a good iconic shoe?
I think my thoughts aligns with Walt. I was thinking of like this marriage between the actual athlete themselves and the actual design of the sneaker and what the company represents. So it's kind of like a three-headed monster,
right? That
goes into it. I think like it's kind of a weird thing because like I'm not a shoe brand connoisseur, so but I can only speak from the term of like the 90s to current, right? So like when I think of shoe branding, I'm just thinking of like when you think of like again like the Sean Kemps, the Penny Hardaways, Jordan, etc. They're representing athletes that have a unique something about them. Like Sean Kemp, Rain Man, dunking on people. Jordan, the elite of the elite. Penny Hardaway, he has a unique gift as a point guard. The Robins, you know, that's speak for itself. So on and so forth. Right. So every person we think of that we talk about, like, you know, that nostalgia of like, especially in the 80s of sneakers, all the you know, the guys have a uniqueness or it factor to them. I don't know if I see that currently. Like I see the Tatums. I'm like, this is cool. All right. Like everybody's wearing like retro, like everybody's wearing Kobe's or Jordans. They're technically going backwards. Like the only person that's kind of like trying to push their own shoe is really Ant-Man and somewhat Luka.
Oh, don't forget about Caitlin Clark. Right. Don't forget about them Caitlin Clarks. Them things. Hey, I'm sorry. Them Caitlin Clarks. It's trash.
They straight oatmeal.
Oh my God. They're trash. Oh my God, they're trash. Trash.
Compared to Angel Reese, yeah, that's not even no.
Oh man. But hey, listen, I'm just saying. I had to say it because I'm like, yo, somebody got to tell Caitlin them shoes is not good. They look like they belong in the Goodwill.
I mean, it's a generic Nike shoe. It looks like the starter shoe you get on NBA 2K. When you create a player, you get the first set of shoes where you get your points up. That's exactly what it looked like. It's just
man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She got the nurse shoes.
You know, that's Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard got them nurse shoes. That's what he got. Them New Balances. Yeah,
right.
Take them back. But that's the thing. I just don't see. I just like first like the current set of players. I mean, it's for me when I look at shoes, like, oh yeah, this is something I really want. I can see the vision behind the shoe. I can see how they're trying to brand it, so on and so forth. It just like, it's kind of, I don't even know if it's lackluster or whatever. Like, again, the Ant-Man shoe, I mean, they try to promo it, but, you know, I don't see the commercial like once or twice. Luka, they just threw that shoe out there. Ain't no really push behind it. So it's
the no defenses. That's what they call them. The no defense.
Bro, I can't. Yeah, just the turnstiles too, because that's exactly what he is, right? But and so on and so forth. So I'm not. I mean, Walt Park can speak to this more than me, but I just, as far as like the shoe market and like branding and guys having signature shoes, I don't know if I get this same like excitement or engagement from it than our predecessors, but that could be just me. So I want to talk about what Walter said though too, like, and Trim, you could chime in on this if you're not frozen, because you look like you're frozen, but so there are a lot of people in the NBA, a lot of people they call the face of the NBA, which I mean, I think John Moran has a shoe, right?
He is with Nike. I don't think they dropped him. No. Yeah, he's still with Nike. But
you said, I think you had said something to the extent of, I guess the player, I guess the look of the player maybe doesn't.
The look of the player does account to some degree, but it's really what that player is doing, like, at the end of the day. I mean, at the same time, if it's not the stereotypical NBA player, let's take example for Stephen Curry. Mm-hmm. If Stephen Curry went to Under Armour, that is not a basketball brand. That is more of a football brand. To us, so they never even been on the map. But because of who Stephen Curry was, it didn't matter if Stephen Curry went to Nike or whatever. But it's more empowering to Stephen Curry that he went to Under Armour and turned Under Armour into a sneaker, into a basketball sneaker kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So
smart.
So like, I would not be surprised if he becomes the Jordan of Under Armour.
For sure, he already is. But they give him like a lifetime. They give him a lifetime deal, right?
I think so. So yes, he is the Jordan of Under Armour, and that's weight to be able to do that. So that, but Stephen Curry, he I'm not saying he doesn't have an NBA profile, but at the same time, when you think of the face of the league, when you think of someone who is the guy, that's more Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, type of players. More like probably between Anthony Edwards and Jason Tatum, those kind of players. When you're thinking about profile and the ideal NBA player, not even Jokic is the ideal NBA player, and he's arguably the best player in the league. So
stars. Under Armour is the stars. Like, you know how 50 took stars to the next level when nobody was watching stars like that? Mm-hmm. Nope. Chuck was the only one I knew. That guy right there was the only guy I knew. Chuck was the only one I knew that was wearing Under Armour. Only one. He put me on the Under Armour. He put me on the Under Armour. I ain't know nobody else wearing it. And he said, yo, they shoes are comfortable. And I took his word for it. I just never, you know what I'm saying? I never went and got it. But then when them Steph Curry's and Steph's came out, I was like, oh, you know what? I got to give me a pair. You know what I mean? And Under Armour is taking forever to ship shoes. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. They take it forever to ship shoes. I don't know. I need to fix that. I need to fix that.
They was gonna sell that many. They probably didn't even think they was gonna sell like that. When I was working at Champs, I had so many mothers coming up to me asking for that shoe. I had so many kids coming up to me asking for the shoes, for that Stephen Curry shoe.
Yes, that shows a lot right there.
That was crazy. It was outselling everything else for a hot minute.
But you said something, right? Like, so, all right, so because when you said that, I started thinking about Allen Iverson. And I started thinking about how at that time he wasn't really the ideal player to have a like for the NBA. He was looked at as the rebel of the league, right? So I and in my mind, what Under Armour is right now is what Reebok was to the NBA
at that time. Yeah,
right. Yeah. At that time, right? Like there was not really nobody. There was not a basketball shoe for the NBA until AI. Am I correct on that, or am I missing it? Or maybe he had Shaq.
That's
Shaq
Reebok?
came first, right?
First.
Reebok.
First.
Shaq came first, right?
Yeah. But Reebok's had. I mean, they've made some basketball shoes back in the day, but never.
Oh, the pump. I forgot about the pump.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about the pump. My bad. My bad.
Reebok's been around the block of basketball, but I don't think they've ever signature anybody. I think AI is the first signature.
AI is the first signature shoe, right? Because AI is, and at that time, like they did. I'll be honest. I'm thinking from a hood perspective, a culture perspective, right?
Outside of Shaq and Sean Kemp, but yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Right. but culture wise, I think the Kemps were good, but AI, Allen Iverson came to save the day for Reebok. I feel when it comes to style, you know what I'm saying? Because AI, I mean, yes, AI wasn't like the ideal person for a shoe. I don't feel, but I think Reebok was more the rebel company. Because I can't see AI signing to Nike. Nike wasn't really. I don't think Nike would have been a good fit.
You don't think so?
For somebody like AI.
You don't think so?
Like, nah, because I feel like AI is the type of person that he's going to take control. He wants full control of the design of the shoe. He from Virginia, right? He from Virginia. Like they you know, he's that. He knows when he come out with a shoe, it gotta look good. And I always say that Allen Iverson's shoe was a hood shoe, right? It's a shoe that everybody's gonna wear just the look of it, right? The colors, you know what I'm saying? He got different colors on the toe of it. Like it's like this shoe is to me is one of the best designed shoes. To me, you know what I'm saying? Jordan obviously did his thing, but for me, the best.
It's a beautiful shoe. Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah,
so, but I can't see him going to Nike though. I don't think that would have been I don't think that would have been good.
I mean, I feel like I don't see it. I mean, I don't see Adidas, but Nike. I feel like Nike would have been able to do something. But I do like the product. I don't think Nike would have came up with a product and a theme, the same product and theme that Reebok did. The question and answer theme,
right.
Campaign behind the shoe and the design itself, like it really works for Reebok's aesthetic. And I really like that it's people look at it as Allen Iverson's shoe. So it's
right.
It's even when you do think Reebok, the best shoes under Reebok, you know, Allen Iverson does have the best design sneaker line. Like a good 3 or 4 of his silhouettes are like really, really good.
I mean, he got so many.
Yeah,
so many like
the iconic. The iconic, the questions and the answers.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like heavy in the Reebok stock. Then it's after his stock. Then it's probably like the pumps or the Kent. Then the Shaqs. So
right.
I think it's more that way.
Yeah. Like Shaq brought the shoe to the league, but AI put it on his back. Because remember, Shaq left, so he's like, "Yo, I'm out. I'm about to make my Walmart joints and be out." You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I thought that was. I mean, I just wanted to to chime in on that. To kind of talk about that, because I feel like we wear these shoes, but just from a like from a consumer standpoint, sometimes we don't know why we wear this shoe. Like why, because a lot of times people just buy shoes because everybody else. I saw them on somebody else. They look good, but you don't understand what attracted you to that shoe.
As far as
what I'm saying, right? Like everybody, like with Jordan, everybody wanted to be like Mike. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to be that, be like Jordan. You want whatever Jordan had on, whatever Jordan was drinking, i.e. Gatorade. That's why a lot of y'all drinking Gatorade, because Mike was wearing drinking Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? It was just, now I hope y'all wasn't wearing Jordan clothes, because Jordan got the best sneakers, but he can't dress for nothing.
Wide leg jeans was rough. That was terrible.
Jordan was wildin'.
And the sweatsuits was all right. Michael Kyle stayed rocking one of them Jordan sweatsuits.
And it started as he got older. I think when he's like, because when he was done with Jordan's, I used to like Jordan with the 2 gold chains. I like that Jordan. Joe, he was fly.
He had hair.
Right. He 2-chain Jordan was dope. You know what I mean? Now, as he got older, started getting money, he just forgot how to dress. I don't know what happened there. I don't know.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I like the AI. Like the AI situation is kind of, I think what resonated with AI so much with us is because it's almost just like he was basically a rapper persona that happened to be great at basketball.
Right.
He connected them worlds perfectly. He out there with
he was being himself.
Do-rag. He had a do-rag with the headbands,
right,
half tilted, tats, like the whole a rapper starter kit. That's AI right there. And then the campaign, again, that was when campaigns was a theme then. You know what I'm saying? They got Jadakiss in the commercial. You was just like, oh, this is what's up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He does that little cross spin move that every kid try to pull off. And I was like, all right, this works. And then of course, with MJ, want to be like Mike campaign, that branding over and over and over. And then I think it's other people had, in the 90s, campaigns as well. Compared to now, just kind of like, again, just, you guys sitting at your shoes, but you don't know, what it really represents. It don't, there's not like a real solid messaging behind it. Like, again, Luka got, I think, what, Jumpman or Jordan, but I don't,
he's with Jordan.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Last shoe more than this one. I don't know about that.
Okay.
But his last shoe, I don't know that one. But this one, I don't like too much.
Man.
Yeah, but they're the 3 on Jordan's campaign. Is Zion. Zion's actually trying, as far as like he's trying.
Right. He is. You're right. I give him his props on that. I give him his props.
But Zion, Luka, and Tatum, they're the 3 that's under Jordan right now. And he usually keeps it like that. Like he had Melo, CP, and Wade for a hot minute. But his top 3 are them 3. So I think the older they get, they might start doing a little something, because Jordan has been talking about doing something better with campaigning for his featured athletes, but make sure it's very individualized. So hopefully,
what you think about this? Do you think that? Trying to figure out how to articulate this question. Do you believe that Jordan has casted a shadow over the shoe market in such a way that nobody can actually even come close to that, as far as branding and having it resonate?
No one that is The only person that would be LeBron James, and no, like he's not. He does not have that cachet over the sneaker. Like I don't know if that athlete is. I mean, it could be Anthony Edwards, and it could be Anthony Edwards, depending on how things go for him. If he doesn't have to win as much as Michael Jordan as far as like his game. Well, let's just say Anthony Edwards goes to the finals 4 times. He wins 3 of them, and 1 was a back-to-back. Like, let's say he does something like that. You know, he finishes amongst the greats and all that kind of stuff. Let's say at the end of his career, people consider him top 10, like Steph. The sneakers that's coming along that journey, if Adidas stays true in their design, and I really like Adidas' new designer, whoever is Adidas' sneaker designer right now is doing a very good job. He's doing a very good job. That guy, if he does right by their best athlete in Anthony Edwards, I think that by the time it's all done, maybe that time, you might have someone who can do something like that. Right now, if you're under the Nike brand, you're not going to be anywhere near LeBron, KD, or Kyrie. And LeBron is far ahead of those 2 as far as cash flow. Yeah. So it's... Yeah. And Jordan is something himself. Like, his whole brand is behind his Jumpman. So it's not plus the Nike check, it's the Jumpman. You recognize the Jumpman. You know that's it's with crazy. Nike, but it's the Jumpman.
He got 2 brands.
Yes.
Yo, Jordan got 2. That's great. Yo, what basketball player got 2 brands? That's wild, bro. That's wild. Like
it's such a brand that it like when you think of Jordan, you think of Nike, but they ain't really your first thought. It's Jordan that happens to be under Nike. It's just that's the wild part. It's just like, oh yeah, it is.
That Jumpman logo is crazy hype, and it's something else. But nothing else in Nike repertoire comes close. The only thing that is near the recognizable are the stuff that's as old as like the Ken Griffey swing or the or LeBron, the crown logo that he has, the one with the crown that says
I like that logo. I like that. Yeah, with the lion. I like that lion. That's dope. That's dope.
The lion joint, like in the basketball world, like that's the closest thing that comes to something to that. But even then, it's still under the Nike mark. Like it's considered a Nike logo. But Jordan, that's different. So, and for you to come in like that, that's what I think that Anthony Edwards is still missing. More of a signature logo. I've seen his logo. I think it's good. But I think as long as Adidas takes care of him, I think that he could eventually compete with Michael Jordan.
Man, shout out to Adidas still hanging in there. Yeah, because they, I used to be down for the 3 stripe nation, man, for real. Until that Nike app came out. Once I got that Nike app, so sorry, I want the Nike for real.
Deep in rap, graffiti, break dancing, DJ and B-boy stance, MCing. I harness those artifacts, collecting data of the transitions like an almanac. Hip-hop ain't dead, these young boys different, adapting. Over time, every day the world's spinning. Let's celebrate the fact we still winning, we global. Kids from the project became moguls. Real to real track boards to Pro Tools, vinyls, cassettes, and the tape decks, CDs. Now you can stream your music to the consumer direct and get most of the check. I'm noble. And with that, I gotta respect that you ain't gotta accept that you could ride and get left, yo. Bars beyond ground level.